Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. This is City Skylines. I am MSG, and we are on episode 16 of my city here, San Rico. Good old vanilla name it was given because I didn't make a name for this one. But let's get started. Today we're going to accomplish a couple things. One is it's time for an intercity bus terminal. I have a really good spot to put it. And then I'm going to show you what I've been doing on my live streams. I'm doing a lot of detailing on this build. Well, in this area, some of it you saw in my last episode. I have been busy working here, adding stuff, and we just have a city pop-up building pop-up live, messing everything up. Gee, thank you. Let me fix that real fast. Still working on this area. Still some more procedural objects to go with poppable asphalt to get around this corner. I think I need to tuck this in a little bit further. I think it's a little close. But yeah, I think it's turning out pretty good for my first attempt at really using procedural objects. Plus the little staircase I used for my train prop and made it fit. And this made that a really large planter to hide that hole. So I think it turned out pretty good. But first, let's put down our bus terminal because we got quite a few places for tourists to go now. I figured this spot would be a good area for our intercity bus terminal because it's right near the interstate and they can come right off and boom, go right here. But I'm not going to make them use the main street. They're going to have to turn and use this back road. Look, we're already in buses. I wonder why. Oh, because I was already here looking before the video started. Which one to use? Either this one, this one. I'm thinking we're going to go with this one here. There. And you see we got over $3.1 million. Plus we also went over and hit a colossal city while I was detailing, so it unlocked helicopters in another zone, which don't matter because I'm playing 25 tiles unlocked right now. And it gave us some cargo hubs and a nuclear power plant that don't matter. But yeah, I think we might put in some helicopters too, that helicopter depot, and this area might be a good spot for that as well. It needs parking lots, and that means getting rid of the vanilla one in the front there. And let's fix this terrain. Now we got a large unrealistic slope there. Right now for the parking lot. Alright, that looks a lot better, but let's move the bus station over some. This way, fill that in. Hey guys, I am back, even though you didn't know I was gone. This is actually the next day. I had to stop abruptly, and I couldn't get back to recording until just now. So, I haven't done anything with this, but when I did get back on the game, I did some major renovating, I guess you could call it, more like terraforming. Just let me show you. And this is also what I've been doing on my live stream. Alright, so this is one of the things I built on my live stream. This is from the Seaside Resort Content Creator Pack, which is absolutely amazing. I love these hotels. As you can see, this rail, this isn't really going to work anymore. And I've been dying. I don't know what I was going to do to get rid of it. Or not get rid of it, but I wanted the tracks underground instead of the bridge. And I even tried to find an elevated station to have just an elevated track. So I was just thinking I'm going to be forced to keep this thing. So I decorated it up some. I think that looks kind of cool. And before I show you what I was going to do, this is what I did on my first live stream and second, because this took me a couple days to do all that. And I think this turned out fantastic as well. I'm really having fun detailing the coastline. So this is a bunch of decals that I found in the workshop, and this is actually a nature reserve walking path, but I covered it with sand decals. So you can see, it looks like a lot of people have been walking. I'm wanting to get rid of these tracks, and I have not been able to find a station, but we'll get that to a second. This, I haven't unpaused it since I totally redid this mountain to make room for the station I gotta put in and make these tracks look more realistic, because that, let's face it, that's super sharp curve, and trains aren't driving on curves like that. But we have a ton of people here wanting to use this rail line. It's crazy, because they're all coming to the national park, which is my number one park in the city, and it's 5 stars. About 40,000 Sims have visited in its lifetime. This is the first time I've tried terraforming a mountain and creating this, so I didn't want to record it because I know it was going to take a while, and I didn't want to record the mess that it was going to be, but I think this is fantastic. I love it. I'm probably going to do a first-person camera of somebody walking up this trail. I think it'll actually look cool, but not in this video. I feel like that might be just like a little short video or something. But I even put the rocks over the trail because, let's face it, when you're climbing in the mountains, there's no easy dirt path trail. It's usually covered in places. There's rocks you have to climb over. But yeah, I think this looks super cool. So it shows you how tall the mountain was and where the path used to be, because like I said, I have not unpaused it since I made this, because I was waiting to do a video, and we are recording now, so I guess I could unpause it, but not yet. That's a lot of people. It's funny. They're all floating like that. And this rock collection I found quite a few rock collections in the workshop, including this one, which is a bunch of moss-covered rocks, and I thought it had a cave there, kind of, so I thought this was really cool. This is the focal point of the whole national park. So that's why there's a hotel there, because this is a very big attraction area. Yeah, and I think it's nice. I haven't decorated the rest of the mountain. I don't think I'm going to, because that is a lot of props, and I know there's a prop limit. Alright, so the train station I want to get in there, like I said, I was looking in the workshop. I found sunken train stations, found elevated train stations. If they weren't broke because they haven't been updated with all the new patches, they were just way too big. And so I decided to search and see if I could find a curved station. And there is one in the workshop. It's pretty basic, but... Hey guys, this is Editor MSG cutting in here. This train station does not work. I discovered that during a live stream, so I spent a lot of time decorating this and placing it because it was a pain in the butt, and it just doesn't work. Apparently there's a lot more requirements needed to get this to work that I didn't even read. I just deleted it and started over with something else. But yeah, be forewarned, if you get this station, make sure you read over what else you need to do. Like I said, I don't know what else you need to do. I didn't bother reading it because I'm not going to do it. But we aren't going to do that right now. I'm going to finish decorating the bus depot, and this is what we'll be doing a little bit later. Oh man, I think this is so cool. I love the detail put into this. Like I said, this is the first time I've really decorated a coastline. A lot of this stuff is a first time for me because, like I said, playing solo, I just didn't see a big, not solo, I'm playing solo now. Not being able to share your creations with people is just like, well, I don't want to put all this effort and time into it, and it's just for me, like, I don't know, I'm weird like that. I want people to see my creations because it's fun to show them off. But I think this turned out pretty cool too. I love these wooden decks. At least here in South Carolina, the properties on the beach love their wood. They're wood decks, so I felt like that was kind of appropriate. So there's quite a few of those. No, there's like 5 or 6 of these on the workshop. They're different sizes too. There's some 1 square ones, and these are the 2x2s. And just real quick, I wanted to share. I didn't have this finished in the live stream. I did this off camera. Added the fence here and the pampas grass. I'm pretty sure it's called pampas grass to the outer edge when I did. Okay, it's saving. Woohoo! I thought I was dying there. But what I was saying is, I didn't want to do any of this live because it was totally. I had to concentrate, and I've never, like I said, I've never done this before, so I had to make sure what I was doing worked, and I just didn't want to look like an idiot on camera. So I think it turned out pretty good. I definitely need to finish it off here. I'm not leaving that like that. It's just more rocks are going to come off here. It'll make that hill look more believable, I think. But yeah, I really like that. I really like that. I think it's cool. And the bus routes, they have them circling in here and turning around. And I don't really mind that because it makes the parking lot look busy. Because this is probably going to be one of those parking lots that's not going to have a lot of cars in it. So I'm going to have to prop it up. Put some prop cars in there. These are the wrong ones. We need to keep scrolling all the way towards the end here. These are the ones we need. Let's get some of these in. And this is probably going to be a time lapse if I even show this because it's not the easiest thing in the world. Alright, we got a wall in. I figure it looks kind of cool that way. Like I said, don't mind the bus and the hole there. And that's from the paint marker going up on the wall. So let me fix that. Now let's add some vegetation in these corners. Definitely needs to come up. And I know there's a mod I can turn this off. I hate the grayed out in place in parks, but that looks really good. So I can deal with a little bit of clipping. I don't want to fix that. And we just need a square one to go here, and there is no square one. There is an octagon shaped one and a triangle. Let's see, how about if I just do triangle, will it pop up? Yep. Let's just go ahead and use this one. Alright, so let's go ahead and decorate up this area. And maybe around this corner here. To make it, I'm not going to do this outside area because there's probably some future stuff I won't be doing to it. But this whole section we can vegetate up. So prepare for more time lapse. Right, I think that is pretty decent. I didn't want to make it perfectly manicured, so that's why I kind of threw in some random bush lots here mixed up around here, if that makes sense. Um, and this would be, I guess, to prevent having to do any kind of lawn care because it'd be hard to cut a slope. But I'm not decorating the back end or covering that up yet because I'm sure there's going to be some stuff thrown here one day, and I don't want to have to just redecorate. So I might even throw a road here on this back end to put something else here that might be city related, but we are not done. I still need to make this a little bit better. So let's put in a terraced network. Wrong button. Find it. Here we go. And we're going to stick with the brick theme and just put it along. Well, that's a gate, so we can't go all the way. So let's put it here. And yeah, that is pretty sunk in the ground. Let's see if I can grab it. And I think it's considered a building. And so is... Oh, come on. Oh, fence. I had the fence button turned off. So that is a cool way to cover that little piece of land sticking up instead of just painting it with asphalt. But we want to paint this with asphalt because, not asphalt, this is going to be pavement because there's a gate there. So instead of painting it, I'm just going to plop down some decals. Alright. How about I bring this network terrace thing this way too. And underground again. And we need to keep a sidewalk over there. Alright, I don't want to do anything with that part. Here it needs to be open, but we do need some big decals, like these tire marks, because buses are going to make tire marks. So we just want to randomly throw them down here. Right, and we want to keep with the decals, and we want to make this all worn looking. So I'm going to use the inline tool this time. Alright, I like it, but we need more. And I didn't have all the big decals downloaded. There's actually was more stains, and I really like the stain look. It makes it look like more realistic, a lot more realistic with these stains that they have made. But man, that really makes that look like a parking lot. I really like that a lot. So we want to put some over here. Not a lot, because this pavement already looks kind of dirty. I just want to, some of these get buried under the building there. Alright, that is so much better. I think that looks awesome. This technically would probably be better off next to this and make it one big area, but that reminds me, I went and downloaded some bus props to fill in this back parking lot, and I never did it. So, what we got here? I better have them. We can put some of these mini buses back here too. Because apparently, I don't have any, and even though I downloaded them, they must be broken or something. Tell me when you see one. Alright, so apparently, if I did download a bus prop, they're not working and they're not showing up. So, those are the only ones I have. But we want the bigger buses, and I'll have to go back to the workshop and do that later. Alright, so let's tackle this. Alright, like I said, I think it's kind of silly to sit here and go over this whole build and it's not even like this. So yeah, we're just doing a little bit of time lapse and showing you a little bit of it, and that is about all we're getting here because it took me quite a long time. What is up? I am back. Y'all probably didn't notice I'm gone, obviously, because it's a video and it's only been a second. But it's been about 40 hours for me. The game froze up, so I kind of rage quit. And I took a break for a day. It is really hard trying to get 2 videos out a week when you're working a full-time job. I actually think we left off over here. I don't remember because I did a lot of detailing off camera. Basically, the train station I had did not work anymore, and it requires other things that I found out later. So I went ahead and put this guy back in here. But I had to move it back, which required moving all these roads and destroying buildings, all kinds of stuff. So we have a nice gap here with nothing. Gonna at minimum put a parking garage in here with some pedestrian walkways going across here, and where these bushes are, some of them are going to be gone. But I did not want to do procedural objects again after I spent all that time the other day on the live doing different things. These are actually procedural objects created, placed, but they're a lot easier than the flat stuff trying to shape into perfect shapes. These are for overpasses, and I just scaled them up, and I hope it looks okay. I honestly don't really like it, and I'm still working on hiding some areas, like right here. I probably might put like a food cart here or something, or a kaziak. Geez, I can't say that word. Kiosk. That's it, and maybe just like trash cans or something. I don't know, just to hide that little gray. And also the angle of these tracks are just too steep for a train. But it's the best I can get them unless I sunk this guy. And I don't want to do that, so we're just going to have to deal with it. Everything can't be perfect realistic. It is a game after all. But a lot of these houses that are the big American suburbs are usually like 3x4 in the front, 4x4, so there's quite a few spaces in places where they don't work. They won't grow. Like this one should grow. I've had it paused, but like this one probably, well, yeah, it will grow too. So I wound up making this whole area right here park because I had to move everything over quite a bit to get that train station to fit. I think it turned out okay. I really like this is a walkway here. These aren't decals. It's in the workshop. But yeah, a little playground area with some boulders that extended from the mountain. So, if there's boulders like that in the mountain, there's probably boulders other places nearby too, I would imagine. But I think it's kind of cool. I like it. So that's literally a city park here with just bathroom, and that's it. So this rock pack is awesome because they sink into the ground. So I just surrounded it with grass and bushes and stuff. I think it turned out pretty cool. Only thing here is this this rock made this ground sink quite a bit, so I tried to hide it best I can. But I mean, I've seen paths like that are kind of messed up and washed out, so it's not too far-fetched. Alright, I made these look more like cul-de-sacs, and it's actually pretty easy to do. These roads might not be the best ones to do it with because they have such a wide grassy patch. But if you take your node controller here and you select the node, and you go down here to more options, and you can stretch it to 150%. You can scroll with the mouse wheel if you want, or you can do 200% and make it a lot bigger. Just to show you. Enter. So yeah, I think it makes it look like a more realistic cul-de-sac without any mods other than the node controller. So I think that's pretty cool. So there's a couple cul-de-sacs in here now because this was actually all going around. But I'm still decorating, and there were houses here. It's just too steep, so I need to decorate this up some. still just quite a bit to do still. And it is coming along slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. Thinking about getting rid of these houses too, just because of the cliffs. Alright, so next up I want to take some of these empty lots here, like this area, and make them parks. Alright, here we go with a node controller with a road that needs to be cul-de-sac. Alright, so just a basic park with absolutely nothing there for people to go look at. Alright, so nothing too crazy, just a little bit of line and pass with some bushes to pretty it up a little bit. This is going to be wild, so let's use the brush tool. Alright, so I did put a nature reserve fence around here, but we stopped right here because I was going to add a sound barrier wall. Okay, now let's, got that sound barrier up, let's get some more forest brush in here because this is a national reserve after all. Do me a favor, y'all, if you're liking this content, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing so you don't miss any notifications. I'm really enjoying making these videos, so I'm trying to do as many as I can. I'm doing short videos, live streams, so do me a favor, hit that subscribe, even though I already just said that, but let's keep going. I'm going to put a parking garage right here because this train station is way too busy not have some adequate parking nearby, especially when we're playing with realistic parking. This one should work. Alright, I think that one will work. It's a little, it's a little higher over here. Oh, it's alright. We're going to put a road around it. Like another alley. There we go. That's kind of neat. I like that, but we don't need parking here. Or a stoplight. Wrong one. This button. Oh, duh. I'm stupid. Okay. This button. Turn it off. Alright. And some of you might be going to scream at me for this, but I'm adding more parking because it's not enough. It's a big university, and my parking lot that's already here, it's already full. I mean, look at that. It's packed. If I want to increase this area, it's going to need to be even more parking. So we're going to use the big parking lot roads. See if I can't throw this down without even adding it. Not impressed. But node controller might be able to fix some things. Right here. Let's see, can we... do anything else with that? No, it would be over here, right? Because this is where the university is. Alright, let's pretty up that parking garage with a fountain. Now we just want to put some terrace in. Terrace planters. Right now it's just missing some lights for nighttime. Not bad. I think that looks cool. It's the fountain center. Yeah, get close enough, I guess. Alright, I want to put some more bushes down. When I say bushes, I mean junipers. Next, I think I am just going to fill this in as a type of like little park area, just greenery. But we are going to put a path down the middle of it. Forgot to do something, and that is make a walkway across a bridge, a pedestrian overpass bridge. Okay, object height. So I'm going to click object height. I'm going to click this one. And that didn't do what I wanted. Okay, I had the wrong one selected. So we're going to select this one. And we're going to select this one. And hit object height to this one. There. We will start on the ground here and connect it to that. Holy. Hey, now we have to get rid of all these bushes. And I want to get rid of all the markings because there's no crossings here. That's why you have a pedestrian bridge. No crossings for you. And no crossings for you. That looks kind of bad without crossings. What have we got here? What is up with this? Hit this button. Oh man, what did I do? No! Ooh. Okay. Let's put the red crossing back. There. But there's too many here, so let's get rid of all of these. There. And those can stay, I guess. I'd love to put another pedestrian bridge over here. There's just no room for it. Okay, now we got it unpaused. We want all these dudes to use the pedestrian bridge, so we are going to disable all the crosswalks here. There and there. We're going to leave that one. And they're sneaky, so they will come up further and use other crosswalks, so we don't want that. We want them to use that bridge. Alright guys, what do you think? I think this is coming along pretty nicely. This is the area I've been slacking on messing with. But yeah, this train station is very popular, and that's probably just because I have the track set up. So I have just one train going between each station. So there's one going from the university over there to here, and then one from here to here, and one from here to here, and then to the stadium up on the other side by downtown. I'm not trying to pick the train up, and it's like I have movement selected, so no wonder I can't get it. That's a long train, and that is not one that is welcome here. We have outside connections on this track, and it's not happening until this one gets dropped off. That will definitely clog the line up. Alright guys, I haven't been over here in a minute since we built this, and this place is bustling. Look at all of these cars, and that parking lot is just about full. That is awesome. I am loving this very much. It is working great. People are using the station. So I think we're going to wrap this up, but before I do, we are going to take a bus driving tour from here all the way to the other side of town, and we might have to time lapse it because it's going to be a minute probably. Alright guys, looks like we're almost at our destination. If you're still here, I really appreciate y'all watching this to the end. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. But here we come to McDonald's and Murphy's gas station. And we will see you in the next episode. Take care. I think that looks really cool. I haven't actually done this in first person yet with all the things off. Oh, look, floating cars. That's awesome. Take it easy. Ta-da. Take it easy.